Middle High German, an introductory overview. This is a text in Middle High German. It's the beginning of the Nibelungenlied from about the year 1200. We looked at Old High German a couple of weeks ago. Here's the text we saw again. And comparing these two texts, you can see that in the Old High German text, we had a fair number of Q's, and we had, instead of W's being written, we had some literally W's, two U's. We sort of needed to have a TH sound, and whereas all the other older Germanic languages used the thorn, Old High German did not. It just wrote TH. And we don't find these factors in Middle High German anymore. We don't have that Q sound needed. We write W for a W, and sound change has gone through. We don't need or have the TH sound at all. Apart from that, I think that just in general, if you know modern German well, you would probably be able to guess that Old High German is a version of it, but you might have to scratch your head, whereas I think that with Middle High German you could fairly recognize it as a dialect of the same language. We have the long vowels still marked, this is modern convention obviously, with the circumflex accent, and we also find in some texts like this we find the acute accent and sometimes even a grave accent, but these are really for poetic rhyme and stress, and this is very much a poetic language. I would say that Middle High German, after Old Norse, is the richest Germanic language, older Germanic language, in terms of the literature that it has to offer. This is from about the year 1200, as I said, and that's very much the time period of the Middle High German sort of literary renaissance, as it were, from about maybe 1180 to 1250 is when all sorts of wonderful works were written, primarily, as with this text, in what's known as Upper German. When we looked at Old High German, I showed you also a chart actually of the different dialects of Old High German, and all these older languages, not being standardized or written very much as people spoke. Middle High German falls into three main dialects. Upper German, which is essentially Bavarian and Austrian and even Swiss German, and then Central German. There's East Central German and West Central German. West Central German is Franconian. East Central German is really not important at all in this time period, but that's very much Luther's language. That becomes the base of modern German. So this text, again, is more the ancestor of contemporary Bavarian or even Swiss dialect, and that was the literary dialect of this time. So whereas English has been characterized by great grammatical simplification over its history, German has not. German is still a highly inflecting language, and I think it's therefore easier to learn the different stages of it, because we're not looking at different sort of functions, but rather just sort of sifting things around and different vocabulary and the like. This text, perhaps, can be read something like this. Uns ist in alten Meeren Wundes viel geseit, von Heldenlober Bären, von großer Arbeit, von Fruden hochgezieten, von Weinen und von Klagen, von kühner Regen Strieten, muget ihr nu Wunde hören sagen. Es wuchsen Burgunden ein viel edel Megedin, das in allen Landen nichts Schönes möchte sehen. Kriemhild geheißen, sie ward ein schöner Wieb, darum mussen Degene viel verließen den Lieb. Der Männer glichen Meider truten wohlgesam, ihr Moten kühne Reken niemen was ihr Gram. Anermaßen schöner, so was ihr edel lieb, der Jungfrauen Tugende zierten an der Juwieb. Ihr pflagen drei Könige, edel und der Riech, Gunther und der Gernot, die Regenlobe Liech, und Giselher der Junge, ein auserwählter Degen. Die Frau was ihr Schwester, die Fürsten hätten's ihr pflegen. Die Herren waren milder, von Arde hoch erborn, mit Kraft und Maßen kühner, die Regen auserkorn. Dat sind Burgunden, so was ihr Land genannt. Sie fronten stark gewundert, sieht den etzelen Land. Zu Wormes by den Rheine, sie wohnten mit ihr Kraft, in Dienter von ihr Landen viel stolze Ritterschaft, mit lobelichen Ehren uns an ihr Indes zieht, sie stürben zieht jämmerliche, von zweier edlen Fruwen niet. Uns ist in alten Meeren, to us is in old stories, wunders viel gesagt, many wonderful things said. Von Heldenlobebären, about praise-bearing heroes, von großer Arbeit, about great works, great deeds, von Freuden, von joys, hochgeziehten festivals, von Weinen und von Klagen, von crying and of complaints and sorrows, von kühneren Streiten, from the fighting of brave men. Möget ihr, may you, nu, now, wunder, wonderful, hören, sagen, hear, say. You can now hear wonderful things be said. Es wussen Burgunden, there grew up in Burgundy, and viel edel Magedin, a very noble young lady, das in allen Landen, who in all lands, nichts Schönes möchte sehen, nothing more beautiful might be. Kriemhild geheißen, she was called Kriemhild, sie ward ein schöner Weib, she became a beautiful woman. Darumber mussten Degene, about her, for her sake, had to warriors, many lose their lives, many warriors had to lose their lives. Der minniglichen Maide, the love-worthy, the maiden worthy of being loved, trut and wohlgesam, had to be admired, loved, held special. Ihr Murten kühne Regenen, brave men sought after her. Niemand was ihr Gram, nobody was angry with her, nobody could be cruel to her. Anermaßen schöne, without control, without degree, without measure, beautiful. So was ihr edel Lieb, so was her beautiful body. Der Jungfrauen Tugende, the virtues of the virginess of her virgin-like virtues, zierten an der Juvieb, attracted other women to her. So women admired her virtues, men admired her body. I could keep going, but these are always limited to 9 minutes. So I want to tell you, I did not put much effort into the pronunciation because neither does Peter Wapniewski, and if you're interested in Middle High German, you can get these wonderful commentaries on Parzfall von Ludwig von Essenbach and Tristan des Gottfried von Straßburg that he reads and comments upon. And when he does the Middle High German, he also does not make much effort to say it any particular way, and he certainly knows what he's doing and talking about. If you're interested in learning Middle High German, you can get from our old friend Wright, who wrote all the older Germanic languages. He actually has a Middle High German primer, and if you don't know what that is, it has grammatical sketch and a dictionary and reading passages, so you can get that. You can also get several different Middle High German readers and the like. You can also, if I go over here, I think the easiest way is if you know Modern High German, the Kram Verlag has all of these are Middle High German and bilingual texts. So you just get an overview and start reading, and you will have access to this wonderful literary language of Middle High German.